Morning! I have no idea what happened there. I have absolutely no idea what happened there. All that happened was that I had a big black screen and nothing else went through, but never mind. Never mind. Luckily, little trigger finger clicked around and sorted it all out. But I'm very much hoping that you can see me and hear me now. There's certainly comments coming in, so thank you for sticking with me. If someone gets lost and you can see them on the page and they're struggling to find the live broadcast, I do apologise. For some reason, the original stream just failed. Stuff like that happens when you're broadcasting live. It's enough to set an artist on edge of a morning. Anywho, no matter how you're watching, where you're watching, or at what time of day you are watching, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Ali Board, and I am broadcasting today for Technique Tuesday Taster. Why is it called Technique Tuesday Taster this week when it's ordinarily called Technique Tuesday? It's because it's a little taster of the things that are to come. Now today you're going to have to bear with me a little bit because I have a lot to tell you, but I promise you it will all be worth it because from Thursday onwards you're going to have to put up with me every single day. First thing though, much more important than anything else, is to give all you lovely people a shout out. So Linda D, good morning. You win today's prize for being the first to comment, considering that I did 2 streams. Never mind. Mr. Templeman, sup. Julie, morning. Jane, Rosemary, Martina, Joe, Margaret, Patricia, Anne. Ooh, they're coming in thick and fast. Barbara, Pen, good morning. Tara, good morning. Lovely, you are very kind. Linda F, Rabina, Marilyn, Hilary. Hillary's saying, poor you, here now. Yeah, sometimes just gets the better of me. Jean, good morning. Thank you very much. Loving the book. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Steph, Denise, good morning, lovely. Looks like you're all flooding in thick and fast. Like I said, if you are literally just tuning in and you're watching live via Facebook, I had a little bit of a technical hitch. Who knows what that was? We'll blame the Facebook gremlins, shall we? Because they're easier to blame than anybody else. And so we had to go live twice. But, you know, that's what life's all about. Kathy, good morning. Oh, dear. Now I've got a cough. Good start. Mary, good morning. Jilly and Patricia, thank you very much for sticking with me and for navigating Facebook to find me again. Now, like I said, this is Technique Tuesday Taster. Why is it a taster? It's because I'm going to give you a taste of things to come. Now, I have a lot of information to give you. It's entirely up to you whether you decide that these next few things that I'm going to share with you are something that you might be interested in. Or you're just thinking, oh, I'm just here for the coffee and the chat, really. That's fine. So you might want to grab a pen and a piece of paper, but please don't worry. I will give you all the links. I will share all the links. I will tell you everything that there is to know about Dorset Art Weeks. Morning, Rosemary. Good morning, Jill. Now, what is Dorset Art Weeks? Dorset Art Weeks is something that ordinarily happens on every other year on an even number. So it was in 2018 and it should have been in 2020. Of course, last year upset everything, didn't it? And it's hard to talk about being disappointed when there are so many greater things in the world to worry about. But I'm not going to lie to you, I was disappointed that it didn't go ahead last year, but it's going ahead this year. Dorset Art Weeks is a fabulous and nationally recognised event where we chuck open the doors of the studio, we invite everyone in. There are more than 200 artists taking part across the county and we all kind of interact with you in different ways. If you want to know more about the event, pop over to the Dorset Art Weeks website. You can read a lot more about it, but more of that later. Now, of course, we are living in different times at the moment. We need in the UK to still be very careful and very cautious. So I made the decision that not only was I going to still open the door of the studio and still invite you all in if you would like to come and see me, but I'm going to put the entirety of the event online too. Now, I have 2 very important companies to thank. I have to thank Love from the Artist, who you will hear more about in the weeks to come. And I also have a huge thank you you to make to the SAA, because the SAA have agreed to be my supporting partner, which means that they're going to help me with some of the content that I'm putting out there. They are going to be the host of Technique Tuesday in the coming weeks, but I'll tell you more about that in just a second. And they are basically helping me to tell all you guys about what it is that I'm doing. So the entirety of the event can be viewed from the comfort of your own home. Geography is now no longer an issue. So from Thursday onwards, from the 13th onwards, every single day I will either be writing a blog post, I will be doing a vlog, so that's a video style of blog, or I will be going live. Now, where do you find all these things? And this is going to be this is probably why Facebook doesn't like me much this morning, because I want to share with you all the different places you can interact. But I just want to say good morning to those people who have just popped up. Morning, Roger. Morning, Rachel. Morning, Jan. Morning, Tara saying whoop, whoop. I think that should be a noise that happens when I appear on screen, Tara. And Marilyn, yes, Marilyn, could not agree with you more. Good old SAA, they're fabulous. Go join them now. Right, let's see if the technology works, shall we? So the first thing I need to do is I'm just going to very, very quickly stick you into my overhead camera while I switch to a different view. So here you have my website. My website is the place where you can go to find the entire Dorset Art Week's collection and all the events too. So if you go to the homepage, might look different if you're on a tablet or a phone. You can go to the homepage and you're going to click on the Dorset Art Week's little button there. And there you will see all of the information for Dorset Art Weeks. The collection doesn't go live until Friday the 21st of May, but at the moment, if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see it says events during DOR. DOR is the thing that we use to describe Dorset Art Weeks, because it gets very boring calling it Dorset Art Weeks all the time. Now, because my internet is a little bit slow this morning, here you have all the things that I've got planned for you, and these are going to be behind the scenes style of things. So I talk about planning for the event, how to use social media, greetings cards and prints, loads of things for you to read about, to interact with. Now I'll come back to the live broadcasts in just a second, because there's some very important information about those, but hopefully there's lots of stuff there that is going to interest you in terms of stuff that you might find useful, that might help you put on a similar event. But also, if you're interested in my work and how I construct it, I haven't ignored that either. So we will look at various paintings, and of course Technique Tuesday is going to be there to help you out. So that is a place that you can interact with all of the events. You can, of course, as well look at my Facebook page, and there you can see I'm going live now. So you can go over to my Facebook page. You can also go over to the SAA's Facebook page, where I will be broadcasting from, but more about that later on. So lots of places you can interact with it online. So you can go to my blog on the website. You can be on Facebook, the exact same place that you are now on Facebook, to see some of the pre-recorded stuff that I have done. Now I want to tell you about Technique Tuesday, because that's why you're all here, isn't it? Who have I missed saying hello to? Joanna, good morning. Val, good morning. And Lynn as well. Good morning to everybody who's in the room. Now, Technique Tuesday, I'm so excited about this. You have no idea. The SAA have done the most incredible thing, and we are going to do something called Technique Tuesday Takeover. So I'm just going to look to my left because I want to give you the dates. So this is the 18th and the 25th of May. And the 1st and the 8th of June. And instead of Technique Tuesday being broadcast on this page where you are now, I'm going to take over the SAA's Facebook page. how exciting and frightening and scary is all of that stuff. And it's so that not only can I speak to you guys, the lovely people who tune in on a regular basis, but hopefully I can reach a different audience as well. So for Technique Tuesday, for the next 4 events, I will be over on the SAA's Facebook page. Don't worry, you can always watch it on catch up through their Facebook page or on the blog as well. I promise you I will still continue to do that. Now, not only is that an important piece of information, the other important piece of information is that for an entire month, all the broadcast, blogs, vlogs, all of the content is going out at 9 o'clock UK time, 9 a.m. Okay. Now, the reason for that is because when Dorset Art Weeks is on, I've got to open my doors at 10 o'clock. And as much as you guys like to see what's going on in the background, I'm not entirely sure that the general public will want to be streamed live on social media. So Technique Tuesday, all of the blog posts, all of the vlogs, all of that kind of thing will go live at 9 a.m. There's only a couple of exceptions to that. And those are a couple of live broadcasts that I'm going to do that are a little bit special. So you can go to the blog and you can read through the events and you can get all of these times, all of this information. You don't have to remember it. All of this information is right there, I promise you. But a couple of times I'm going to go live from the studio during Dorset Art Weeks just to share with you kind of where I am in the event. I'll be really honest about the things that have happened. I'll be honest about what's worked, what hasn't worked, all of that kind of stuff, because I think it's important for you, if you are thinking of putting an event on like this, to kind of learn from somebody else, learn from my mistakes, let me make them and share them with you. And the other event that is going on is on Friday the 21st of May, and you are all invited to this. Let's show you that private view invitation. Normally a private view is when everybody rocks up to the studio and you have a look at the collection and you see what it is that I've got up on display. You rifle through the cards and the prints, all of that kind of stuff. And what will happen is that instead of us being able to do that in person, I'm going to do it live on Facebook. How crazy is that? And you are all invited. My husband, Bees, who some of you are getting to know really well now, is going to be filming me. I'm going to be wandering around the studio, introducing you to some of the pieces and showing you ways that you can interact with it. So all of you are astonishingly welcome. Now, Steph has said, oh, this is getting so confusing and it's a lot of information to take in. Yes, I absolutely understand that. It's a lot of information for me to take in as well, if I'm honest. But what I can tell you is go to the website, click on the Dorset Art Weeks button, scroll down to the Dorset Art Weeks events, and every single thing is there day by day. So you can have a look through. There's links there for where you can click. You won't need to find anything, I promise. Return to that page every single time and all of the information is there for, I promise. So if you're getting in a bit of a tiswas, I've been doing it all week as well. I've been going, what am I doing? I go back to that page. I go, oh yeah, it's Friday. Yes, I'm doing that. Okay. So I promise you all of the information is there. It sounds a lot when I'm talking about it. It's making my head explode too, but I promise you it's all there. Right. Before I share, I've got some paintings to share with you this morning because I thought it might be a nice treat. I just want to see what messages are coming up. Who else is saying good morning? What's Tara writing? We don't like to show favouritism, but she's so good. Oh, bless your heart. Thanks. Oh, Gwenda says that her paint magazine has arrived and sidetracked me. I might be popping up in there as well. Julie, good morning. B, good morning. Yeah, Lynn, it's a lot of information, isn't it? Gwenda, what's Gwenda saying? A bit personal this, sorry, but I love your talk. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. Tara is saying all the info is on her website. Thank you, Tara. That's very good. Marilyn is saying that it all looks amazing. Thank you. So many people have worked so hard on this. It's not just me. It's been the SAA. It's been Love from the Artist. It's been my husband who has just worked so hard you won't believe. My parents have even been roped into, all of my family. You cannot do an event like this alone. It's just not possible, certainly not to this size. Julie's saying that I'm going to have to pace myself. I don't think I know the meaning of the term, Julie. Anne is saying that I've put easy links up and saying it's very exciting. And Hilary is saying I've printed out your very busy schedule. What a grand idea. What a fabulous thing to do. So yes, go back to the website all the time. Look at the day in the events. You'll know exactly what it is. And you know what? If you're not sure, email me, downendfarmstudio@gmail.com. I am going to be glued to this machine for the next 4 weeks, I promise you. So you'll always be able to find me. Right, I thought as a thank you for sticking with all of that information as I shared it, you might like a bit of a sneak peek to see some of the work that's going up on display. Do you fancy that? Just going to say what Jan is saying. Dor is how I found you, Ali. This is awesome to follow and support you with. Oh, bless you, Jan. Thank you very much. Right, let's get to those paintings. Let's show you some of the things that we've been up to between last week and this week. So I'm going to pop them in the camera. They don't all fit quite exactly, and I do have to be a little bit careful with them because if I drop them flat, then sometimes you get a reflection from some of the lights. Here is one of the pieces that is going in the exhibition. A lot of the pieces you may recognise from my book. So if you fancy sort of seeing them in the flesh rather than in print, then this is the time to see them. So this was a very quick pastel study of Bees's horse Archie. Just kind of looking away from me. It's done with a bit of charcoal and a little bit of pastel on pastel matte paper. But the thing I wanted, because this is the person I need to give the biggest shout out to, is Bees, who is my picture framer, and we'll talk more about picture framing during the event. But look how beautifully he has framed these pieces. I'm just sorry you can't get all of it in shot at the moment, but he's done it with a very pale mount board and an oak frame, and most of my pieces are framed like that. During that blog post and those things, I will talk more about that. So let's get this one into shot for you. Then there you can see the light reflecting. I'm going to hold it up a little bit so that you can see it. This is one of the collaborative pieces that I have done with my mum. So that's Liz Board. You see her popping up in broadcasts from time to time. Morning, Rosie. And we have done some collaborative work together. We've done some 2-dimensional collaborative work together, and we have done some 3-dimensional collaborative work together, but there's more information on that to come. This is one of my paintings that my mum has stitched back into, so you can see the trees. But I will talk more about this work as we go through the exhibition. And of course you can see Bees' a beautiful framing there too. Now here is what I consider to be the star of the Dorset Art Week show. Why am I calling it that? Every year we have to pick an image that is seen in all of the advertising for the event. And it's really hard to pick a piece because out of the 90 odd paintings that I've got in the collection, one of them has to be in all of the advertising, all of the prompts. You'll see it kind of come across social media. And this time I chose this one, which is called The Hunter. You will have seen this in the book if you have the book. And so this is done in oil pastel, light fast pencil and watercolour. This is done on pastel matte paper, and this is the piece that is going to go kind of in pride of place in the studio, and you will see it pop up across all the invitations, all the adverts, everything that we do. I hope I've made the right choice this time. It's always a job to know, because obviously there's a lot of us doing the exhibition. I need to pick a piece that stands out, and I didn't think you could get a lot better than this gorgeous owl that I drew with these incredible eyes. So I hope you agree with me that that was a choice. I've done horses, cows, flowers, all sorts of things in the past for my showcase piece. It's a tricky one to do, and it takes days to think about which one we're going to use and why we're going to use it. Lots of you saying that you like the owl eyes, which is good news because it's always a tough choice. And did I see somebody said, someone just said, Rosemary just said that my top looks like one of my paintings. Yeah, exactly why I chose it, Rosemary. It's got a bit of text on it, yeah, a bit of flowers, all of that kind of stuff. So you can see I've got a really important meeting this afternoon. So I've kind of got the battle dress on for it. I've got to stand up and give quite a big presentation. So, and yes, somebody's just noticing about my nails. Had those done too. Bit of a treat. Now Denise is coming up with owl facts because Denise would know. The owl is a crepuscular hunter, and I think what she means by that is the colour of the eyes. But I might leave that information for you. You can go and Google that if you want to. But yes, Denise's daughter is just the most fabulous keeper of birds, and one day I'll get to meet her, and I'll get to meet her jackdaw as well, who I think is just delicious. Thanks for tuning in, my lovely. Right, I think all of that is the information that I want to give you this morning. Now, over on the blog post has already gone live with all of the links in it. I'll put this video into that blog post as well, but go back over to the website and you'll see all the links to where you can find everything. There are links as well on the Facebook page. So like Tara was saying, you don't need to worry necessarily about finding it. Just find one place and then all the links will be there. And Tara's already been Googling it. Knew she would. And Dee, love you too, matey. Thank you very much. Thank you all of you for all your support in the last couple of weeks and the weeks to come. I very much hope that you enjoy joining me for that Dorset Art Week event. I can't wait to see you. I am champing at the bit to get all of this stuff that I've planned for the last 3 years. This is 3 years in the planning, this event. It's taken up a huge amount of my life and I cannot wait to unleash it on you all. Now, more important than any of that, stay very safe. Keep looking after each other. I will see you on Thursday when it all kicks off with a blog post all about planning for an event. Keep in touch, won't you? And Technique Tuesday with a difference next week. How exciting. I can't wait to share it with you all. Take care, lovely people, and I will see you very soon. Bye.